So please confirm if you can see it. So is my screen showing now?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good evening once again. Today we are going to be talking about balancing aesthetics with functionality and problem solving. I just want to welcome everybody today. We are going to explore a critical aspect of design, balancing aesthetics, functionality, problem solving. This balance is essential across various fields, from architecture to product design to graphic design. We will define key terms, discuss their importance, and look at real world applications. So before we dive right into it, just a little introduction. My name is Moses Jacob. I'm a product designer with about 5+ years experience. And so I'm really, really excited to be here and speak on this topic today. So let's dive right into it. So firstly, we are going to define a couple of things, aesthetics, functionality, problem solving. Um, so you can tell me anytime if the screen goes off, so I'll know and fix that. So firstly, let's define what aesthetics means. By definition, aesthetics refers to the principle of beauty and artistic taste that influences how we perceive and appreciate design. Another factor is the importance of aesthetics is aesthetics appeal and attract users, create emotional connections, and enhance beauty identities. It's about creating designs that resonate visually and emotionally. So, as we've clearly stated and or defined, oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. The screen went off. Sorry. Okay, I think it's back up now. Okay, yes, yes. All right. So, okay, let me take it again so we can see the screen now. Yeah. So, aesthetics. The definition is aesthetics refers to the principle of beauty and artistic taste that influences how we perceive and appreciate design. Importance is aesthetics appeal can attract users, create emotional connections, and enhance brand identities. Is about creating designs that resonate visually and emotionally. So, for example, let's look at because with this discussion, we're going to like bring a lot of examples from day-to-day things we've seen and what we actually interact with. So, for example, I've noticed Microsoft ID card is very, very simple, yet it has like basic information of okay, the staff's picture and the name. You understand? Unlike some other ID cards where you get to see role, email address, phone number, ID, picture, and the rest of that type of information. So what I'm trying to say is that in a lot of cases we get to see stuffs that are very simple yet capture a lot of information that we use on our day to day, unlike some complex designs where they have all the information, but yet again, you get to miss some of the key informations in those type of designs. That is what the aesthetics is all about. You understand? So, okay, let's move to the next one, which is functionality. And if we're going to define functionality, the functionality refers to how well a design performs and intends how well a design performs its intended purpose. This includes usability, practicality, and efficiency. Importance. A functional design ensures that users can easily understand and interact with products or spaces that Okay, products and spaces. It enhances user satisfaction and promotes effective usage. Now with this, I feel like a very good example would be um, manual and automatic cars. You understand? So functionality is the key. When we're talking about cars, we know that okay, cars are used to get from point A to point B. You understand? From point A to point B. But when, let's say, someone wants to learn how to drive, for example, you go to a driving school, and I think the process is they'll teach you how to use manual before automatic. You understand? Then when you're done learning manual, you learn automatic. Then let's say you are done with the class for about 3 weeks or a month, you are done learning how to drive. When you come out of the driving school and someone asks you like, okay, what type of car would you want to drive? I feel like a lot of people that drive these days would want to drive automatic because they feel like, oh, it's easier, just put the gear on drive and it's moving, you're just controlling. Unlike when it's manual, you have to pay attention, the clutch, this and that. That's just what functionality is about. It makes it's like it says the importance. The functional design ensures that the user can easily understand and interact with the product or space. An automatic car, it's something when you put it on gear, it's moving. A manual car has a lot of complex things that you have to do, how to handle it for it to start moving. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's just what functionality is basically about. So I just brought that example so we can understand how that works. Then let's move to problem solving. So problem solving, the definition, problem solving in design involves identifying specific needs or challenges and creating solutions that address them effectively. The importance is good design is ultimately about addressing users' needs. Problem solving leads to innovation, making products or spaces more relevant and effective. Okay, so with this, we can, let's say, an example can be smartphones. Let's use smartphones and touchlight phone, for example. You understand? Let's not do iPhone and Android. So I don't want us to stay here all night. So let's just do the iPhone and probably a touchlight phone. So for example, um, with problem solving, it comes with a lot of it leads to innovation, like it was mentioned here, in the sense that for example, it's someone's birthday and you want to wish the person, oh, happy birthday, you want to post a picture and all of that. You obviously know, or let's not even use that. Let's just, for example, you have a relative or your brother you have not seen in a long time, you traveled overseas and you want to, talk to them and all of that. But instead of doing the normal call, because let's say, okay, you're calling with the normal call, yeah, it's lagging, and you have to say A before the person will hear, a person will reply with B and all of that. So let's say you want to use a video call. We obviously know that you cannot do video call with your touchlight phone. So this is where problem solving comes in. How can we make it easier for people to communicate, even without with let people communicate, not even just by hearing the voice, but also seeing the face. You understand? That's where the problem solving comes into the picture. So now we're going to talk about the importance of balance. Why balance matters. User experience, UX. A well-balanced design creates a positive user experience. Users are more likely to engage with the product that is more beautiful and easy to use. So with this, let's give an example of let's say some school websites, for example. I know a lot of Nigerian, let's because we're in Nigeria, so a lot of Nigerian school websites are kind of difficult to navigate. You understand? A lot of informations are just put out there, and it's your eye is catching different things. You understand? If it's the color, the way they're mixing the colors, the way it's just everywhere. That is it. And when you're even scrolling, a lot of times you get to miss the information, and even it's not sometimes it's not straightforward and the rest of that. So the importance of the UX is going to. Oh, sorry, I think it went off again. Just one sec. Yeah. So the importance of the UX is going to help you balance your designs to create positive user experience. Because if I come onto a website and the first thing I'm seeing is the informations I want to see, that is clearly and boldly written, you understand, with minimal pictures and colors and the rest of that, you're able to navigate. Oh, okay, I want to go to Student Portal, I want to go to Bursary and the rest of that. It's easy to navigate. That is why the balance is very, very important. You understand? So the next thing we're going to talk about is market competitiveness. In a crowded marketplace, design that balances aesthetics and functionality stands out, attracting more customers. That is very, very true and very, very important because let's say, for example, Pepsi. Pepsi is a world-known company, brand, and the rest of that. They push it, they make it more user friendly for you to use, in the sense that they put a lot of our favorite footballers, musicians, and the rest of them. They put them out there, appealing to more, making it more attractive for more customers. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because with the ongoing who is the GOAT within Ronaldo and Messi, that kind of thing, they make Ronaldo the brand ambassador. A lot of people rush Pepsi because of Ronaldo. They make it Messi, the same thing. You understand, that kind of thing. Even in Nigeria, Whiskey or Davido, you get. So that is just what this market competitiveness is all about. A lot of times, the aesthetics they are putting into these things sometimes are these celebrities. They put them out there because it's definitely going to attract more customers. You get that kind of thing. So that is just what the market competitiveness is all about. Then the next one is sustainability. Aesthetic design that also consider functionality can lead to more sustainable solutions, as often designed at they are often designed to last longer and more as they are often designed to last longer and be more efficient. So let's say, okay, let's go back to the school websites, for example, when I gave the example with the user experience part. So if you have a website not giving that is not giving what the user wants, is just all over the place, you are going to work overtime. So imagine you've designed something, there's no user testing, there's nothing like that, and you put it out there. The users get to use it and they're complaining, oh, I don't understand this thing. This, you go back to your drawing board and you're doing it again and you're doing it again and you're doing it again to fit what the user wants. If you get to do something the first time and it's being done the right way, because there's a process in which designs or products are actually supposed to go. There's testing and the rest of that. Let's assume the testing is being taken out of this equation. It's not going to be easy for let's say you as a designer to always go back to your drawing board, tweaking something, because right now there's no time anymore. The product is already live. You understand? You're either losing money or you're losing users, you're losing customers and the rest of that. So you have to start tweaking and tweaking. So you need to, first of all, do things the right way. You need to sit down, draft out this plan of how this product is supposed to be, how you understand that kind of thing. So go through the process before putting all these things out, so it can last longer, that you don't have to, because trust me, there are so many products out there that it's not every month they upgrade. You understand? It's not every month, it's not every 6 months. It takes a lot of time because they know what they're putting out there is sustainable for the users to use for a long time. You understand? So that's just what that is all about. Then let's move over to strategies of achieving balance. User-centered design. So by definition, we talk about, this is an approach that places the user at the forefront of the design process. How can you apply this strategy? Is by involving users in the design process through feedback and testing. This ensures that the design meets both aesthetic preferences and functional requirements. And which I just stated earlier is that we need to test a lot of times. You understand? So for example, let's use a Nigerian company like Chowdeck. Yeah. So I'm sure everybody is kind of familiar with Chowdeck, right? Yeah. So Chowdeck is a platform that actually puts their users at the forefront, because they're not pleasing. If you know how this whole system works, is like they're not trying to please the companies, the restaurants, and the rest of that. No, it is we, because we are the ones. It's our money. They are collecting basically. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because the first thing is, if the user is not happy, referral is one thing that kills business. If there are no referrals, trust me, it's not going to move anywhere. Because if I use it and there's an ad and my friend is like, yo bro, see this child deck, you get your food in 10 minutes. I'm like, for where? I use this app and like 2 hours they did not bring my rice. I ordered rice, they brought beans, that kind of thing, you know. So child deck, I know for a fact that this is an app. I think recently, when before the protest happened, the last protest that happened, there's this popular influencer that kind of tweeted something about Chicken Republic bringing back their 1,000 naira rice and chicken pack thing. And before you know it, like a day or two, it was already out on the Child Deck app. They already had billboards and the rest of that. That's the power of users, because when she tweeted it, I think everybody kind of like resonated like, oh yeah, the economy is hard. We need something that can sustain. You know, just that as an example is the users. If the users were like, no, 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 we don't want, or they even said, okay, instead of it being Chicken Republic, let us use let's say the place. Let the place bring us something. Let's use sensation bring us something. You understand? So if it was that, trust me, Child Deck would have found a way to make sure those restaurants that were recommended do the 1,000. You understand that kind of thing? So that's just the power of involving users in your design process. You understand? So the next one is iterative design process. By definition, this is a repeated process of prototyping, testing, and refining designs based on user feedback. But how can you apply this? Start with rough sketches that focus on aesthetics, then develop prototypes and prioritize functionality. Okay, sorry. Let me take that again. Start with rough sketches that focus on aesthetics, then develop prototypes that prioritize functionality. Use user testing to find the right balance. Okay, so um, yeah, so what this is just saying is still boils down to what I've been saying earlier. You need to test your work. You understand? You know, don't just put something out there. I have a friend. I remember there was a time he was doing he was working on a project. It was also something that had to do with delivering food, probably in bulk or something like that. I remember he called me and was like, please come and check this work. And he's a designer too. I'm a designer. We put the whole friend thing aside and it was like, just let me know what you think, let me know how it is, because that is how you go far, and that is how you save yourself a lot of headache when you are testing your your product. Also, we also need to learn how to deal with criticism, because a lot of times people the way people talk about your work, it might just get to it might get to you. Let me put it like that. It might get to you, but at the same time, it depends on the type of people you are showing your designs to. For example, like I was saying, this my friend, he knew that okay, I'm a designer, I have eye for like good design and the rest of that. He didn't call me because oh, I might spite his work or say something like why didn't you put full stop here, why didn't you put comma here. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about, do you understand the process? Do you get the vision behind all of this? So that is what we need to also work on. You understand? Getting feedback from your fellow peers. I think that is also around, yeah. Yes, exactly. That's even the next one. Cross disciplinary collaborations. By definition, this is working across different fields to leverage diverse expertise. And how can you apply this? Collaborating with engineers, marketers, and artists to ensure that both aesthetics and functionality are addressed comprehensively. So this just means having friends in other fields, other tech fields. For example, you have a developer friend, you have a product manager, you have a designer as a friend, you have a QA. Those things help you a lot. You understand? Especially if you want to, when you have a product you're working on, a lot of times you might actually have to sign, NDAs. You can't talk about all of these things, but the ones that you can actually get people's inputs. It is good to talk to people in the same field as you are. You understand? Be it designers, developers, and the rest of that. It is very, very important. You know, you can always make friends on Twitter. You see people posting a lot of their work on Twitter, this and that. You can engage. If you like what you see, you engage. Just have that friend at the corner. When you have something like that you want to, I think a lot of times it's even good if it's a random person or a new person, you get to have like very what's it's I've forgotten the word to use. It's not biased, let's be like that. It's not biased, you get the truth and the rest of that. But just like I said earlier, some people might not mean well, some go. So it just depends on how you're going to filter all of these feedbacks and the rest of that. But it's always good to collaborate with a lot of your peers in the tech field. Yeah, so okay, so let's move over to case studies. Let's talk about some case studies. I think I made reference to iPhone earlier. Yeah, the iPhone and the touchlight phone, yeah, earlier. So if we're going to look at some case studies that have all of this in their products, Apple is a very, very good case study. For aesthetics, we know they have sleek design, is very minimalistic, and premium materials and the rest of that. Then the functionality, intrusive interfaces, and seamless user experiences. Problem solving, they're addressing the need for simplicity in technology, making it accessible to a broader audience. Okay, now with this breakdown, I remember when there was this guy I know. There's a time he got, I think it was the iPhone, can't remember, but I think it was probably 12. Yeah, I think it was 12, and he made this comment also like, finally my iPhone can stand now. And I'm like, I don't understand. So I got to realize, like, I think it's from 12 and above. The way the design is very sleek, that if you place it on a flat surface, it can actually stand. You understand? So yeah, so that was, those are the things that a lot of people see and they want. You understand what I'm trying to say? Look at how Apple is always releasing, in as much as people are complaining, every year there's this iPhone, that, three cameras, two cameras, it's always getting sold out if you come to look at it. So who are the people buying these phones? If other people are complaining about, these people are buying these things because they love what they see. You understand? Oh, they like it's very sleek, it's very simple, it's not too complex, the aesthetics and the colors, the way everything looks, because they are bringing stuffs from, let's say, Android has had this thing for years, since 2005 or whatever. Apple is bringing it now, but people are going crazy over it because the way Apple is bringing it is different from the way Android has always had it. You understand what I'm trying to say? And yeah, and it's also, they made it easier for the younger kids to use, because when you're watching, even here in Nigeria, you see a lot of young kids that either have an iPhone or they know how to operate an iPhone. You understand what I'm saying? There's one thing that I've also noticed is when you want to unlock your iPhone here, if your password is 4 or 6 digits, you see where they put the four, what will I call it? Let's say they put four circles there, like for the design, and it shows you, makes you, let's assume a kid is trying to unlock your phone, and you see that, okay, the four circles that are there simply means your password is 4 digits. You understand what I'm trying to say? It makes you understand, it makes you know more. It's just making it more accessible for a broader audience. Then, yeah, another case study is Child Deck. Okay, like I stated before, now let's look at how they've been able to put this into perspective. So for the first one, the is for the user. Okay, for the aesthetics, is user friendly design. Child Deck app and websites feature a modern, intrusive design that enhances the user experience, making it easy to browse and order food. I know this for a fact because I use Chowdeck. Yes, I use Chowdeck like not a lot, but cooking and working is not really yeah, but Chowdeck has come to rescue so many times. So my point is that if for example I want to order let's say today I feel like let's say Sweet Sensation is doing a promo, buy one pack get one free, that kind of thing. Yeah. Then the first thing that okay, if you're going to use child deck and you know your way around it, if you know that in less than 10 clicks, you can basically order your food. Because when you open the app, let's say there are some ads and all of that, you cancel the ads, you click on search, you type out the name of the restaurant. When you click on the search button, they bring out different ones. You click on, let's say, the closest one to you, you click on the food you want, you go to checkout, pay, then everything is done. Then you get your code, your rider has accepted, and the rest of that. Then they call you when you're outside. That's it. The It's very easy to navigate. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to just to know your way around the app. That is what they really put into consideration for the users. The functionality, they talk about convenience. Chowdeck simplifies the process of getting meals delivered, allowing users to enjoy restaurants quality food without the hassle of cooking. Like I said earlier, you might be craving. It's not every day we get to at home. Like you might have you might get to make burger or pizza and the rest of that. But you have access to getting, let's say, one of the best pizzas in Lagos on, let's say, they're on Child Deck. You go to the app, you order, they bring it for you. You understand? You've saved yourself going to the market to buy flour, tomato, chicken, the rest of that, all of those things. So instead of going to cook for an hour, you order from Chowdeck, even if it's rice and chicken. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that is how they've made it very convenient for everyone to use. Problem solving, accessibility. Chowdeck caters to urban lifestyles by providing quick access to variety of cuisines, addressing the need of busy city residents who may not have time to dine out. Okay, so let's say for people in Lagos, understanding the traffic and the Lagos drama and all of that, after you've shouted on conductor or bus driver or somebody bashed your car or your Uber ride is 10,000 and above, stuck in traffic and you get home, and let's say, oh, okay, you are practically hungry and the rest of that, you were not able to get anything on your way, market is already late, that is why you have platforms like Chowdeck. The accessibility for you to get anything you want. Even there are some markets. I think there are some market. I think places like My 12, Sabo Market, and the rest of that is actually on Chowdeck. And you can, even if you don't want to order any food, you can just buy whatever you want from the market and they deliver to you. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm not trying to do ad for Chowdeck. I hope they pay me, but nevertheless, that's just what the aesthetics, functionality, and problem solving that Chadek has brought to the society with
Everyone.
I'm trying to talk
I'm
about.
thinking about it like my life depends on it.
Then okay, so the next one is challenges in balancing aesthetics
My
and
life depends.
functionality. The first one is compromises in design. Aesthetic elements can sometimes hinder functionality, e.g., over complex shapes that are hard to manufacture. Second thing is functional designs may lack visual appeal if not if not thoughtfully considered. Yes, this is actually very important. So um aesthetic elements can sometimes hinder functionalities, e.g., overly complex shapes that are hard to manufacture. So this just simply means that sometimes we have this really nice idea of what we want to achieve. You understand? But a lot of times that is not what probably the client wants or user will want and the rest of that. Sorry, this screen just keeps going off. Okay, so that is not what the client will want or users will want and the rest of that. So a lot of times it's always good to, outsource. We have so many design platforms for inspirations where you can you can just go there and pick one or two things that actually match what you have in mind, but to put it in a very simple way. You understand? I remember I was doing a design for someone and I made the design, but he kept saying, "Oh, I want something more simple. I want something more simple." You understand? Then all I had to do was I had an idea of what he wanted, but I just didn't know how to, execute it. And immediately I went to check all of these design platforms. I was able to find something. And the moment I did what I found, it was like, yes, it's like you understand what I'm trying to talk about now. This is exactly what I've been trying to like tell you. So this is what happens a lot of times. You have this idea of what you want to do, but it's just that you just need to, check outside sometimes, check the resources. They're always there to help us. That is the idea. And it will help so much in how you want to even mold the idea you have into. The next one is changing user needs. User preferences and needs evolve, requiring designers to continually reassess and adapt their approaches. This is a major turn off for designers, is when users are always, changing, or sometimes you can even do a straightforward ABC sign up, very simple sign up, put your email, put your phone number. A user will tell you that why is the button not in the middle? Why I want it. You understand that kind of thing. So a lot of times it just affects your creativity. Know how to work around it, still make it very, very appealing. And the client is telling me, you've not given me what I want. Like, I'm okay with this, but I want more. And you're wondering what's more. You're not the one. For example, let's say you are making a design for a children's platform or a children's website or a children's mobile app that has to do. So you know that whatever you're doing has to be simple. You know, it has to be colorful but simple. Let the kids be engaged and the rest of that. But yet again, you want something for the children that is popping up. I'm like, do you want that for yourself to say, oh, this is your product, this is how wow it was when I did it, like this is the crazy thing I did? Or you actually thinking of the children, that it will be easy for the children, because you want them reading and something is popping up to say, to distract them. And you know how these kids, their memory can be sometimes like, oh, they can just lose focus on the rest of that. So a lot of times users have a lot of ideas that they want to, they want to execute, and they want the designers to make sure they paint heaven on earth on their design. So this is just what we need to understand when we are working with users and the rest of that. Yeah. So in conclusion, I'm just going to say balancing aesthetics with functionality and problem solving is vital for successful design. By understanding and applying these principles, we can create products and spaces that not only look good, but also work well and solve real problems. As designers, our goal should be to create compatible solutions that resonate with users on multiple levels. So I hope we understand what um, we're talking about when we say balancing aesthetics and functionality. Balancing aesthetics with functionality and problem solving is all about. Yeah, so I think right now, if anybody has questions, we can dive right into it. Thank you, Rod. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Before we go into the questions, is there a, I don't know how do you want us to coordinate the questions?
Oh, all right. So for the questions, Anyone who has questions could raise their hand through the raise hand function, or just send a message in the chat box and I'll read it. So the first person to like put his or her hands up through the chat box, I would call the person up, ask his or her question, and then you reply one after the other. So thank you so much, Moses, for this beautiful presentation you just gave unto us. We are really, really glad you broke this down for us. So do we have anyone who has any question to ask Mr. Moses? It may be in relation to aesthetics, balancing aesthetics and usability, or any other question that you've been longing to ask a senior product designer. So I would appreciate if we ask questions right now. So I would be waiting. So we don't have
Yeah, I think
questions.
someone actually, I think someone raised up used your hand earlier.
Oh no, the person was actually he sent an emoji, a clap emoji. That was that.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So do we have any questions that miss us? If you can't ask through, like, if you can't request for the mic, you can send it through the chat box. So we'll wait for like 2 minutes. If there are none, we'll probably just close the meeting. At least it shows that Mr. Moses has done a fantastic job and everyone understands the message he has passed through. Victory, you have the
And
floor. Yeah, I've seen Victory's hand. Victory, you have the floor. You can speak now.
All right, cool. Thank you very much for the presentation. My question is really simple. I'm going to give like a scenario. There was a time that I had a project, because I'm also a UI designer. There was a time I had a project that I had to do something, and like I had to follow like the design process. But the issue was the person wanted me, the owner of the product owner wanted me to finish the product like in like 2 months. He gave me the project like super fast. I told me to finish it in like 2 months. And
sorry,
I
I think
explained to
your
him
line
that
is breaking.
sorry,
Can you
I, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
yes. I think I can hear you now.
All right, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
So the product, let me start all over again. I
Okay.
had a project that I wanted to work on. Someone gave me a project to work on. And the person gave me like a limited amount of time to complete the product. Yeah. So I explained to the person that that's short. He gave me 2 months. So